Record. Hello, welcome so much to everyone tonight. I am Alice Barnes, and I am in no way, shape, or form an expert in this area, but I do have some personal experience, and I do know of some people that have, like given me lots of great advice also. And then what I have been using a lot of is this lovely book. It is Libido, and it is a girlfriend's guide to using essential oils between the sheets. And I do have to also tell you that my daughter is somewhat of a little sex expert. She does lots of education, and so she also will tell me things frequently. So there might be some stuff you'll learn tonight that's new. So this book,
how old is your daughter, just out of curiosity?
She is 30 years old, and she works for a company called a nonprofit called Pink and Black. And so she does lots of good work with people in a community base across the nation. So, all right. So first of all, I've got to let you know that the author of this book is all of us. And so I am not me. I am a we. Lucy is not one person. Lucy is a collaboration of 20 women who got together and shared our secrets, our tips, our tools, our frustrations, our fantasies, our insecurities, our passions, our failures, our successes. And we all committed using essential oils in the bedroom, and then to unapologetically share our results with each other. And that is exactly what I'm doing with you tonight. So this is not one person, and she encourages us to all take on that lovely, embrace that we are a group. We are people who are working together to talk about sex, to be able to become better users of essential oils and all young living products, to be able to make our lives better. So what makes us beautiful or handsome? What makes us wonderful? What makes us sexy? She says, I asked them to describe what makes their spouses attracted to them, and they had a very hard time. A woman who knows she is beautiful is what they came up with as a definition. So I'm going to say a person who knows they are beautiful. I think we need to be a little more kind and a little more self-forgiving. We need to make sure that when that critical voice comes out, that voice that says, oh, my clothes don't fit me well, or I'm too fat, or I'm not ready for the day, I'm not very productive, I'm not this, I'm not that. We need to say, I'm going to use my forgiving voice, and I am going to survive through my mistakes. I'm going to stand tall after I've fallen, and whisper courage when I feel tentative or hopeless. I am the projector of all my own dreams, and I'm going to live through trial and failure that I have gained to get my strength. And I am going to emphasize my strength. Your critical voice will help you be your best each day, and your forgiving voice will give you the peace when you fall short. So remember, that critical voice lies. We want to make sure that we are filling ourselves filled with all of that amazing self-talk. I am beautiful. I am handsome. I am a hallmark of my unique beauty. I am an attribute of proud to possess all of these wonderful things that make me, me. And that beauty that you see in other people, that also lives within you. So practice those self-affirmations, telling yourself that you are beautiful, you are handsome, you are enough. The more you say it, the more you will believe it. The more you believe it, the more you will know it. The more you know it, the more you will own it. And then you own it. That's when you become a Lucy Libido or a Mr. Libido. And that's what she calls the males in this book. So therapeutic grade essential oils, I need to tell you, first of all, are very potent. So always start low and make sure that you are diluting them, especially if you're putting them in nice places on your body. The essential oils are true. Essential oil is the lifeblood of the plant, and the lifeblood bestows those same properties into the human body. It is crazy cool. So cypress, for example, cypress is an amazing one that will help provide some circulation. And so that's important. We'll talk about that a little bit later. That's a little sexy part we'll talk about later. So we want to make sure that we're going to be using oils that are therapeutic grade, because if you don't, what we end up having is if you're using some of those cheap oils, then they will contain a small amount of essential oil, or maybe the oil is a lower quality fragrance grade oil, and that might cause problems on the private parts. In Young Living, we have a seed to seal guarantee, which means they take the seed that is non-GMO. It is an amazing, beautiful seed, goes all the way to when they seal it into our bottles, so that we have got a pure, completely essential oil top grade. So in your brain, you're going to have two parts. You're going to have a thinking brain and a feeling or emotional brain. Essential oils can get past that thinking brain and impact your feeling brain, and that will be able to get back into that memory part. Diffusing essential oils sends signals to the brain to relax, help you relax and enjoy. If you are not relaxed, you are not going to be able to enjoy. So when you apply your oils topically, one way you can do that is by using VitaFlex points. The female VitaFlex points for the reproduction is on the outer right ankle. The VitaFlex point for the brain is the thumb of the hand and the big toe of the foot. For the male, his reproductive VitaFlex point is his outer left ankle. So don't stress too much. Just remember, like, get them in, on, or around. That's the most important part. More common places that you would typically apply are the chest, behind the neck, the forehead, behind the ears, on the wrists, or below the navel. So I'm going to right now just ask you, lots of people have oils right around you. I'm going to use some vetiver. My vetiver smells like dirt. Love it, love it, love it. It's very calming for me. And I'm going to ask you to just go ahead right now and apply an oil in one or more of those parts, just so that you can get your brain connected and get yourself calmed down and thinking about this wonderful journey that we're going to go on. Take notes on which oils you feel your body needs most. Select recipes that contain those oils, and make sure that you are using oil-infused love lubes and inner thigh potions to work for, and they can work for women or men. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more later too. Dilute in half carrier oil. So if you've got like grapeseed oil, V6 is our Young Living oil that is amazing. And try it out on your forearm. So Lucy is not responsible for crispy burned yayas and deflated hoses if you don't heed my wisdom. Make sure you never use hot oils like thieves, lemongrass, peppermint, panaway, neat, or undiluted on sensitive membranes. This could cause some major irritation that would not get you in the mood. So we're going to get ready and we're going to talk about some fun stuff. We found that when we make intentional preparations during the day, we are more likely to find free time in the evening. So for instance, those of you who took time to prepare today that you are going to come here tonight, you might be a little more in the mood tonight. So make sure that you are just taking that time talking and silly little things like maybe put on makeup. Okay, so anybody that would happen to have children around, you'd be like, maybe I'm a stay-at-home mom. Maybe I had a snow day today and I didn't put on makeup. But if I'm looking for a little action tonight, maybe I do want to go ahead and put that makeup on. Shave your legs and maybe even shave a little of that Lucy territory. Use an essential oil infused soap. Date your spouse. Go out on a date with them. It is amazing to be able, if you've got little ones, get a sitter or create a babysitting swap. My sisters and I did that. I have two sisters that live in town. And so that we could have our house, because it's fun to be able to have your house to yourself, we would go ahead. I would send my kids to my sister's house, and then my sister would send her kids to my house the next time. Put on some pretty panties. Make sure that you are feeling sexy and you're being able to get that eager mindset from the get-go. You want to make sure, even if you're wearing just a t-shirt and sweatpants, put on non-practical and sensual underneath, because just knowing that you've got that waiting and undiscovered underneath, that sensible clothing will be able to get you going a little bit. Here's one that you must listen to the first part, but be listening to the second part that I tell you. Text him a suggestive thought or picture, but always ensure that he has his phone in his hands. You don't want a coworker catching that little sexy picture or text. And then the other thing, delete, because you don't want to have your kids get a hold of your phone and run across a nice little picture, or have a coworker, oh, what's this all about? Not a good deal. So make sure that you are being careful about those sorts of things. Treat yourself to something that you want. It might be a pair of jeans. It might be a haircut, a massage, a facial. It may be, I don't know. It might be a date with a personal trainer to be able to work out really good before. Everybody has different wish lists of what would get them going. But then use your oils to de-stress and unwind. There are days when you feel like you might want to pull your hair out. Remember that oils are unique in how they can cross the blood-brain barrier and oxygenate the part of your brain that deals with emotions. So diffuse some peace and calming, some joy, or keep your I'm going crazy meter at or below maniac. Apply the stress away or tranquil, so you don't want to kill your spouse over minor offenses like not changing the empty toilet paper roll. This never happens at our house, of course.
What?
Diffuse the sleeping inducing oils to get the kids down to bed early, and then oil yourself up with heart pumping, lube secreting, desire enhancing, leg crossing aphrodisiac oils. Saunter your way into his arms and give him a big molten kiss. And that also goes in the reverse for you guys doing that for the ladies. And I do want to tell you that, like, guys, seriously, if you are wanting to have your lady give you a little extra action, do some acts of service. Ask them, would you like me to cook supper for you? Take them out for supper. Do some laundry. Make a deal ahead of time. Hey, can I help you vacuum? And that would give you a free little extra energy. Seriously, it helps a lot. Did you hear that, Dar? Oh, never mind. Okay. Okay, so first oil that we're going to talk about, well, the first oils are hormone balancing oils. Progesterone Plus, if you're not using this, make sure you get it on your order, because this one, huge. So if you're having trouble with headaches that are like hormone related, this one is a great one. If you are in yoga, there's a pose called the scorpion, where you're balancing on your arms and your body and your body is arched over the head like a scorpion stinger. A person needs 100% balance and focus to achieve that pose. If your core isn't activated, if your arms aren't supported, if your legs are too far forward, it's just not going to happen. It's very much the same with our hormones and libido. So things like Lady Scleral, Dragon Time, Sclerescence, Endoflex, and Progesterone Plus. I tell you what, I love this stuff. It is a natural progesterone supplement with essential oils and wild yam extract. Progesterone Plus serum was developed by a doctor who specializes in women's hormonal issues. When testing women who came to see him, almost all of them had low progesterone or zero progesterone. This is a problem because it's a hormone that our body needs to adequately have, or it needs in adequate amounts for our libido and overall wellness. Many women's issues like endometriosis, menstrual migraines, and PMS can be related to low levels of natural progesterone. Low progesterone and or estrogen also contribute to hot flashes and night sweats. Progesterone production decreases over time and tends to drop after childbirth for many women. When it drops too low, our sex drive disappears too. Boo. So I do have to just tell you right here, talking about this, I have a personal experience where my sex drive just kept going down, 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 not normal. Went to my functional medicine doctor and said, I got to tell you, there is something going on. I have got to constantly work to get myself in the mood. And so she tested my hormones, and guess what? I had hardly any hormones, progesterone, estrogen, testosterone, anything, DHA. I mean, I am talking like nothing. So we have worked really hard. And then I have been doing a lot of supplementing with oils also. Get yourself in and get tested by somebody who knows what they're doing, because if they're just testing your thyroid, doing a THS and a T3 4, you're not getting everything tested. So do a full panel. And I know it's a little pricey, but seriously, it has made a huge difference. Not only in my sexual drive, but also in just, like everyday, like energy levels and such. So Lady Sclerol and Scleressence are essential oil blends that also work to balance the female reproductive system. These blends both increase healthy estradiol levels. Estradiol supports the ovaries and uterus for reproductive purposes, and it supports the bones and joints lifelong. So see, it's not just about that drug. Estradiol levels drop with age, and especially so for some during menopause. Women who have naturally higher estradiol levels tend to have fewer issues with fertility and have more substantial bone mass. Natural hormones abound in our body and are necessary for reproduction and other vital systems. Phytoestrogens, like those found in clary sage, are plant hormones that are similar to mammal estrogens and are bioavailable in our body. Now, you may think that that's not a big deal, but it is, because studies have shown that when the body has high levels of natural hormones, either from human or plant-derived hormones, the risks of diseases, the kind of diseases that are caused by hormones, are decreased. When the body has low levels of natural hormones or is pumped with synthetic hormones, the risk of those diseases increase. So we want to be using those natural hormones. Lady Sclerol contains oils known to decrease negative emotions, boost confidence, and help the wearer to feel more peaceful and grounded. Geranium aids in hormonal balance, and clary sage aids with cramps, PMS, and agitation. We don't want that. Ylang ylang helps to balance male and female sexual energy and encourages feelings of sensuality. Sage lavender has been shown to support the body's estradiol levels and it equates to being more regular. So when you become about 40 to 50, you're going to start transitioning into menopause generally. And so we want to big time be wearing those oils as perfumes, getting them in on around us at all times to help support that. Dragon thyme is great, helps with cramps, cramping muscles, improved mood, calming the mind, and balancing hormones. It helps in taming the dragon. Put some in some Epsom salt, take a bath, apply it over your abdomen during the day. And this seriously is gentle enough for teens. So get your teens using it. Scleressence is a vitality, so you can ingest it. It is GRAS. And so you can go ahead and ingest that. Low estradiol levels are commonplace amongst women with irregularity or reproductive complaints. And it helps with bone health, energy levels, metabolism, libido, emotional well-being, And it is amazing. It's even more effective when it is applied by your partner. So that is why it's so important to oil up together. Endoflex is an endocrine supporting blend. And the endocrine system is responsible for telling your body what hormones to produce and when to produce them. It regulates metabolism, growth and development, tissue function, sexual function, reproduction, sleep, libido, mood. Endoflex supports the pineal and pituitary glands and adrenal glands. It's great for thyroid, so I put it right on my thyroid. I have some thyroid issues that are becoming regulated by using Thyromin, Endoflex, and then I've been using some other supplements that are natural through my functional medicine doctor, because mine were so out of whack, I needed extra help. And you might want to topically put it over your thyroid, kidneys, or liver. And Endoflex Vitality can be taken internally as a dietary supplement. Ask your doctor for that blood work, though, again, if you think you're having problem with thyroid. Balance will mean you will have more happiness inside the bedroom and out. This is not just about sex. This is about your health. Lang Ylang is the next one. Oh, sweet, delectable ylang ylang. I hope you have some. I hope so, because this stuff is amazing. It's powerful as an aphrodisiac. It has been long known in Indonesia. It's the petals of the ylang ylang flowers are scattered over the bed of newlywed couples on their wedding night. So it is a romantic flower. It's one of the ingredients in both joy and sensation, and it increases the libido in women. Plus, men tend to respond to the scent on their women as well. So do not tell Dar this secret. Plug your ears, honey. So if I am wanting a little action and I am going ahead and, like wanting to feel sexy, I either use sensation or ylang ylang, and I just put it across my chest and then rub it down into that cleavage. And then I snuggle up and do a little dance. And I'm telling you, flower time. So the ylang ylang is a flower that is grown in Ecuador, and many people that have been platinum have gone to the ylang ylang growth, and they always say that, like they'll sneak off, couples will sneak off and have some fun while they're on that tour. It creates a feeling of happiness, adoration, and it calms the mind. This is one that might even help with reducing some blood pressure just a tad. It's known to harmonize and balance male-female energies. And it is also, it increases libido in both men and women by increasing sexual energy. It can be used in the diffuser, or where do we like to put it? On the inner thighs. So this baby works best by building euphoria in the air, or by seducing him while he inhales it from your thighs. Ylang ylang calls him and she says, just get over here and kiss me. I love this book. Okay, cypress. Cypress, she says, is her favorite to use as a lovely conifer. She calls cypress the thigh master. She puts it on her inner thigh potions and uses it for both men and women. It is a must-have to help ladies get swollen in the floodgates. You mix cypress with any other oil that you love, for example, orange, ylang ylang, clary sage, whatever. Cypress stimulates blood flow and circulation in the body. This chemical constituent is like a magical power that sucks all heat and blood flow from your legs upward and inward. Oh my, yes. Blood flow is kind of a big deal when you're talking squirming beneath the covers. If you want him to be standing at attention, like a saluting Navy SEAL, then guess what? What's going to depend a lot on blood flow too. And likewise, super duper, oh my, wow, explosions for women depend a lot on blood flow as well. So for the love of Lucy's favorite don't forget the cypress. Clary sage, a girl's best friend. This is what you use during PMS. Your Aunt Radina Flo stops in town and for the hormonal drop after she leaves. Clary sage is one of the main oils to help with PMS in our beloved Dragon Time blend and to balance hormones in blends like sclerescence and lady sclerol. Right around that red time of the month, estrogen levels drop quickly and drastically. This is part of the reasons why you may feel the need to break down crying when your eyeliner doesn't go on straight. Everything is tragic when your estrogen levels are low. And I know you guys have never seen that kind of business going on. I remember Dar used to say when we were in college, we got married very young, and he'd say, honey, put it on your calendar. For 4 weeks, just put it on your calendar. I know, you don't PMS. Okay, then I'd be crying, yeah. A woman naturally feels more in the mood when her estrogen levels are higher. That's because our estrogen levels are highest when we are ovulating. We are designed to feel more in the mood when we are fertile. That's how we were made. As we age, our estrogen levels drop. One sign of low estrogen is dryness down there, and applying clary sage to the inner thighs or below the navel helps to increase natural lubrication. So, talk about a difference between a dry turkey and a juicy one. You don't know. Using a drop of clary sage daily can increase your natural levels of estrogen so that you can feel more frisky, more lubricated, and more willing. You can apply on your forearms, wrists, Vitaflex points for the reproductive system, on the back of the neck, or below the navel. You can also diffuse clary sage. Orange or with floral blends like ylang ylang or joy are great. And clary sage vitality, of course, is one that you can take internally. Start with a drop or two, but warning for anybody that has not gone through menopause, this could make you more fertile. So warning, be on alert that, you might want to be careful about that. So for all you Lucy wannabes, if you desire to be juicy, naturally lubricated, and frisky, start adding a drop of clary sage to your daily routine. You may find that you are a little more frisky and a lot more prepped downstairs. Joy. Oh, this is another good one. Joy. Joy makes me so joyful that I present it home. Lucy's Ode to Joy. Oh, joy, how I do love thee, with your lovely floral scent that replaced my paraben perfume. Joy, who balances my crazy hormones, promotes feelings of self-worth, and makes me irresistible to Mr. Libido. Okay, so it doesn't rhyme, but a cute little poem, right? Did you know that joy was originally named love? So if you don't love the aroma of joy, try blending it with some lemon. I personally did this. I did not even know this little trick, but I went ahead. I would use 1 drop of joy and about 5 drops of lemon. And then after I used it for a while, I would do 1 drop of joy, 3 drops of lemon until, I love joy now. So do not give up. If you don't love it, don't give up on it. Try blending it with clary sage to make it more earthy. This oil can be used aromatically or topically to raise frequency and to increase feelings of love. It's fantastic in love lubes and inner thigh potions, of course. I love putting it on my heart during the day to balance my crazy and to bring me a calm, happy feeling. This is one that I also use frequently if I'm having trouble with some grieving. My mom got sick earlier last spring, and we're in the new year. And I really struggled with that for a little bit. And joy was one that I just kept with me at all times. And it really helped a lot. Take a couple of drops of joy in a few drops of a carrier oil. Sensation massage oil is amazing. Rub it on your inner thighs. Get all the way up in your leg crease and on your lower abdomen. And if your Mr. loves the floral scent, put a drop between your cleavage, and trust me, he will be in the mood. Ode to Joy song will probably sound better than mine. Something more like, oh, Oh, joy. Sensation. So we're going to go back to sensation. Sensation is an alluring blend of ylang ylang, bergamot, and jasmine. It gets me purring, uplifting, and opening. When Mr. Libido smells our room full of sensation, he knows what's in store for both of us. Once again, where would it be a good place to put this? In our thighs. You can use it on the edge of your ears, back of the neck, in your cleavage crease too. It is great mixed with orange, cypress, or even all by itself. Have your love light drop a drop of coconut oil and a couple drops of sensation all over your singing love button. And oh wow, you will not be complaining. You'll be singing. Lucy was right. Sensational. Valor. Valor helps you relax and promote feelings of confidence and courage. Use liberally throughout the day. This is not one you put on right before. Use this through the day to keep those stress levels down. Valor over your heart, on the wrists, on the back of your neck. If Valor could talk, she would say, don't worry, it's going to be okay. You can feel self-assured during the day at the office and fearless at night in the bedroom. Now, this is one that they suggest, and I don't even know where I heard this from, but if you have had problems with some sexual abuse or some things in your past that kind of get in your way, Valor, they suggest, is one to really concentrate on in the bedroom because it can help bring some real courage to you. Orange, you're glad I said I'm an aphrodisiac. Orange is like happiness in a bottle. Orange welcomes light and happiness. It's carefree and secure. It brightens the mood, lifts the spirit, energizes the mind, and creates feelings of bliss. Orange helps us let go of stress and enjoy being in the moment. The oil opens the sacral chakra near the pelvic area. This chakra is associated with pleasure, creativity, and sensuality. Orange is an aphrodisiac oil that helps you let go of your grown-up problems and embrace sexuality and fun. Oh, speaking of that, this is not in the book, but Inner Child is another great one for also getting rid of that grown-up rule stuff. It can help you relax if you have a low libido due to a bit of anxiety, and it's fantastic when mixed with a floral like ylang ylang or an equalizer like cypress or clary sage. Put it in the diffuser to help you be chill, or once again, where do we put it? Inner thighs. You are right. So glutathione, I don't exactly know how to say it, is an antioxidant that is concentrated in the liver, and it is one of the necessary components of a nice solid frozen or popsicle. Low levels of it are more linked to melting creamsicles, which we don't like as much. So apply 8 drops of orange or lime over the liver to increase those internal levels. And aside from smelling like a carefree summer popsicle, it will support his big stick as well. So give that a try if you're having problems in that area. All right, spruce. My name is Spruce for a good reason. Orange, cypress, mister are great ones for both male and female, and some are especially good for the guys. So these are the libido it up oils for him. First one, Idaho blue spruce. When intimacy is better for you, it happens more often for him. That's something that Mr. Libido wants to pass along to all the men out there. Idaho blue spruce really does spruce him up in a very good way. It helps him stay firmer longer so that the ladies can enjoy themselves longer. Sprucing oil is like a military call to stand at attention, and it can be used with coconut oil as a lubricant and has a nice warming effect for the females too. Dr. Dan Purser says 8 drops a day of Idaho blue spruce in a capsule showed a significant boost in testosterone in 2 weeks. So remember me telling you a little bit ago that all my hormones are messed up. So I've been using a lot of Idaho blue spruce to help with my testosterone also. So aromatically, topically, and internally, you can use this. Try blending it with ylang ylang as a massage oil. You can both use. And you can, and when I say you can, I mean you should use Idaho blue spruce in a warm-up session. This is where I want to remind you again to dilute and apply to the forearm first. After his forearm gives you the go-ahead, then go ahead and apply to his inner thighs and the lower shaft of his soldier. I don't recommend applying over the eye of a one-eyed snake. Oils don't go in eyes, even in snake eyes. Longevity, or if you're needing some assistance with longevity or standing at attention, he can take 3 to 8 drops in a capsule with olive oil as a supplement for men's health. Who knew conifer could be so spruce-tastic? And they did say in the book that you don't need to worry about like it lasting longer than it should, that it kind of naturally just goes out of you too. Next one, goldenrod. Let's see, golden and rod. So once upon a time, there was a plant named goldenrod. The oil from the flowering top of the plant was found to improve circulation and aid the urinary tract. According to the University of Montreal in Canada, it was also found to help with deflated hoses and firmness of, well, you know, that meal party part we've come to refer of as the soldier. I told my friends about this blessed oil's useful advantages, and they gave it a try. My friends reported back an increased in firmness using goldenrod topically as well as internally. So who wouldn't want a little more gold for their rod? You can use goldenrod topically as a soldier and love stone massage, or as an inner thigh love potion, of course. You can also take it internally, 3 drops in a capsule with some olive oil. Nutmeg. Now I have a roller on my nutmeg because I roll it on my lower back to help with my adrenals. But nutmeg is another blood pumping must have for your mister. Nutmeg's energizing properties stimulate both physical and sexual energy, and it can be compared to as a caffeine kick depending on your body's chemistry. Emotionally, nutmeg stimulates energy, and physically it increases circulation by ramping healthy vasodilation. Think of it in this way: blood vessel, dilation makes bigger. Put the two together. I think you can do the math. So nutmeg can be diffused or applied topically. It's a little more sensitizing to the skin than goldenrod or Idaho blue spruce. So dilute this one and start on the inner thighs and work up from there only if needed. When ingesting, start with 1 to 2 drops of nutmeg vitality diluted with olive oil in a capsule. And this special blend that we have is called Perky Pellet. And it is one of Mr. Libido's very favorite. It is the result of a fun time trial and error in our research group. After you have ensured that your arm doesn't have any sensitivity to these oils, make a Perky capsule. So you're going to take 5 drops Idaho blue spruce, 3 drops goldenrod, 3 drops nutmeg, put it with 10 drops olive oil, swallow it 10 to 30 minutes before go time for optimal circulation. Mister. So Mister is a blend that was originally formulated to balance male energy and support healthy prostate function. Ironically, some women also found it helped them with hot flashes and mood swings. Ironically, women need certain levels of testosterone, although not nearly as much as men. So women who tend to feel more balancing using Mister fall in that category of being estrogen dominant, and they tend to be older than 30, but that's not a hard and fast rule. Mr. contains an oil called blue yarrow. That same blue yarrow is also in our beloved dragon thyme. It helps to balance the glandular system in both men and women. Dragon thyme tends to help more women from puberty through age 30, and Mr. tends to work well for women 30 and above. Again, this is a general guideline, and either age group could use either oil. As for the men, Mr. helps the prostate function optimally. Therefore, it can be a big part of the libido and performance. You can apply Mr. to his ankles and to the front and back of the pelvis. Apply daily for optimal prostate performance. It smells quite nice, actually, and it's really soothing in a bath or worn as a cologne. Now, I do have to tell you, one of the supplements that I have my Mr. Libido take every day is Prostate Health. And he said that he was having some uncomfortableness when we were having our little fun. And so I got him Prostate Health, and he, first of all, has not had any problems with it in his checkups. And then also does not complain about being uncomfortable. So there's definitely one you want to get on your order. The ingredients in Mr. are yarrow, sage, myrtle, fennel, lavender, and peppermint. These are all good things to get men back on track. Hong Kwai is confidence in a bottle. It is the highest sesquiterpene, I have a terrible time saying that word, sesquiterpene content of my Young Living oils. It is like inhaling liquid confidence. Hong Kwai trees typically live 1,000 to 2,000 years. Each year, they produce a new tree ring having its own deposit of that year's oil. It's as if it proposes a new ring each year and every year to the Tarzans who are collecting confidence for their beloved James. Hong Kwai is Formosan Taiwanese cypress, and Hinoki is Japanese cypress. So once again, these are woodsy, handsome men just wanting to whisk you away oils. They have that cypress, so they will help with that blood flow. Use it on his inner thighs or add a few drops to any lube, serum, or love potion for him. All right. Thus for last, Shutron. And Shutron is amazing as a cologne. Shutron is the first and only oil created specifically to help catch a lady's attention. Shutron is formulated for the man to wear to help turn on the lady. It's like a bottle of sweat smelling pheromones wafting into the hidden parts of your brain, stimulating your naughtiest imagination. Once you realize what Shutron does, it then becomes worth every penny. So I have a friend who told me that her husband would put this on in the mornings and she would be asleep in bed. And she said she would wake up and she'd go, "Oh, honey." So seriously, good stuff. What does Shutron do for the man? Well, let's just say it's loaded with Idaho blue spruce, which we know supports the standing trunk of his tree. It makes sense that Idaho blue spruce is a key ingredient in Shutron. And then it is perfectly blended with man-boosting hinoki, another cypress family oil. It is woodsy and fresh and smells really, really attractive. Dilute for sensitive skin and apply a couple drops behind his ears and to the shaft of his tree trunk. Rub it in. Oh, girls, you know you will love your Shutron man. He can always use Shutron topically on the forearms or in the inner thighs. He can wear it daily like a cologne to boost testosterone and confidence. He can also use it topically on a woman's forearms or on those inner thighs. Some ladies find that it really gets them going too. Women should use it right beforehand as opposed to daily, just because that might build up some extra testosterone. So a great way to get these oils would be to order them on loyalty rewards. Just pick 2 or 3, 4, whatever to get to either 50 or I suggest 100 PV or more per month. And actually I suggest 300 PV, then you get free product with it. And then that way you can go ahead and start building your arsenal for the bedroom. And it's a little better just because you can get points, free points to use on free oils. And also then you get that 24% discount with it. And the other thing that you want to remember is, like, these oils are not just used for hormone support. Lots of them are used for mood enhancing and for just good overall building that or pulling up that frequency of your body to keep you as healthy as possible. So I do suggest you go ahead and get started as soon as possible. And thank you so much for joining me tonight. Have an amazing night.